Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our restore and recharge practice, where we'll start with a nice light breath and get the whole body moving and grooving a little bit.
You got it. We have our own body weight in just a little bit of space. You don't need anything else except to get in touch with your body, as Lauren said, starting with the breath. So let's do it. Hand belly, hand chest, any stance that you're comfortable to stand in, or sit, or lay down. First though, we're looking for breath with room. Take a breath in through the nose. Belly button may pull away from that spine, filling the belly full. Slow exhale, draw that belly button back into the spine. Repeat 2 more down low. Take that big breath in. With the hand, you can feel some sensations, and exhale with control. Repeat 1 more. Breath in down low and slow exhale. And let's repeat that same effort in the chest. Breath in. And can you feel the rib cage press against the hand, and then exhale, deflating, if you will. Inflate that rib cage 360 degrees around the spine, and exhale. And for the last one again, breath into the chest and our slow exhale. We'll come back to our breath in just one moment, but until then, modify your stance if you wish, and we'll take things up to check in at the head neck. With the chin tucked in as the crown goes high and the chin goes in, slowly add that rotation. I chose to look to the left. Now I'll look towards the floor, sniffing my armpit, and then ending up with my chin in line with my sternum. Then pull to center, looking straight ahead. Next, add the rotation to the other side. Look rotation, gentle head nod, chin towards that clavicle, and then clavicle to sternum, looking up in the center. Repeat the rotation to the lateral left to the original side, but this time look up the wall or out the window as you go up towards the ceiling sky with the head in center. Pull the crown high, resetting your gaze on the horizon. Final repetition here is our rotation to the other side. Gently up, easy up and over, and then pull the crown high, chin down, looking straight ahead. I like to switch my stances with every set of repetitions here, so open up if you wish. Let's repeat those same efforts through the rib cage. From standing, hands could cross body, add a rotation where the head might come with the body here. Next, we'll gently dip to the back corner and then round through the rib cage back to the front, and then pull the rib cage to tall. Add the rotation. The hips are stable, then we dip to that back corner, and then gently round to the front, and then pull to tall. Repeat, rotation to the original side, dip to the back corner, but this time little up and over around the back to center and connect. And last, rotation, side bend, up and over, and then reconnect the rib cage to those hips. One more thing for me with our breath, and then we'll hand it off to Lauren. This time, we're applying the tension for the core, like we will perhaps in those push-ups coming up later today. So hand belly, hand chest. Take 1 big breath into the belly, filling full. Then exhale, pulling the belly to spine. Now brace the abs as to increase the tension to take a punch. For 10 more seconds, can you maintain that core tension while talking or at least breathing? Slowly relax that effort. Shake it out. Let's repeat that 1 more time. So in our push-ups today, high tension, but keep breathing. For now, let's take 1 breath in. Big one. Feel the belly full. Now exhale, pulling the belly to the spine. And then, hiya, unbracing. And Lauren could take that punch, and you can test yourself as well. Sing happy birthday, talk along, and ultimately breathe. And then shake it out, relax, and now it's up to Lauren.
Let's get those feet moving. So with some space in front of you, doesn't need to be that much, let's gently peel the foot up off the floor so the heel leaves, the knee is pointing forward. Now I want you to use your toes and flick the floor underneath you. Point out front. We'll go a light toe, ball, heel, land. Feel that pull on the leg as you pull yourself forward. Then do the same thing out the back. Flick the foot, point it out front, accepting the floor with all the toes, the ball of the foot and the heel. Again, feel that pull. Bending off the back foot, flicking the floor, point, toe, ball, heel. Let's do one more so that we're even. Bend, flick, point out front, and pull yourself through. Maybe you have to turn around. Now let's add on to that. This time, we'll peel that foot up off the floor. I want you to point your toes, allow it to gently roll over, then roll back to that demi point. Use the flick to point the foot in front. Toe, ball, heel, feel that pull. This time, bend at the demi point, roll over the toes again, roll back to the demi point, and flick through. Two more like this. Feel that pull as you pull yourself here. Demi point, point. Allow the toes to roll over. Go back to that demi point, flick. And for just a couple more, I know it's different than a normal walk, but we're doing that toe ball heel as we do this. Peel, point, allow the toes to roll over, roll back, flick the floor away, and one last time, that toe ball heel landing, feel that pull. Finish that stride, shake it out. And from there, we'll get our feet back underneath us and just gently press the knees towards over the toes. And then find that rise, extending the hips forward, squeezing the glutes. And repeat again, knees towards over the toes. Now let's continue to warm up the balls of those feet by rolling towards them. So lifting the heels off the floor and trying to stay the same height. Now try to reconnect those heels, also stay in the same height, and then press to tall. Now on this one, could we start drifting towards that demi point balance or finding a rise? Your safe elevation, and then be able to control the down. Now, as much as we want those feet to work, can we also allow some shakes in there, being confident in that lack of tension as well. From here, let's warm up our spine in a nice forward fold. So with your feet underneath you, allow your head to reach towards the ceiling. And then tuck that chin and start rolling yourself forward. As you roll yourself forward here, imagine that every vertebrae is going to round or bend. I know your vertebrae don't actually bend, but you're thinking of them each at a time. As you roll down here, imagining you're in that telephone booth, so you're trying to keep your butt stacked over top of your heels versus pushing out. You're dangling, you're breathing, maybe you have a slight bend in your knees, trying to straighten them, and then engage the core, engage the muscles, and pull and stack yourself all the way back up to tall and extend. We'll go for a couple more walks here. This time, I want you to try to just walk around on your heels. Not too many rules.
Oh, that's a hard one, Lauren.
Yeah. Lift the balls of the feet up and start walking around your room on your heels. As you're doing this, are you keeping your hips forward so that your butt is not back here? Let's do that. Pushing those hips forward. Just a couple more steps around on those heels. Knees are fairly straight in this walk. And then slowly come down. Now let's do the opposite. Keep the knees nice and straight. Push into the floor and walk around on stilettos. Invisible ones, my favorite. With that ball of the feet touching, our toes gripping. My knees are fairly straight here. I'm pushing my hips forward. And then let's put those feet together underneath us and slowly descend again, keeping those knees nice and straight. Good. This time, let's do one more fold, but let's not fold, let's telescope. What that means is our feet are underneath us. It'll be like our heart chest leads forward and we keep a nice long spine until we can no longer, and then we'll start that round from the low back to the upper back. And we'll end up in that forward fold posture. Here again, we're gripping the floor. We're trying to keep those knees relatively straight. Take a nice breath. And then engage and pull yourself back up, all the way to tall. Nice. I'm reading the menu board here and it's telling us we're gonna do some wrists. So let's find our way to the floor and then Ian will wrist us.
What was your body saying in those initial parts of the warm-up? I think off camera we were saying our body felt like we gardened yesterday on those hamstrings, and that fold was a nice stretch. Check in along the way, but as Lauren said, do the wrists. Let's do a quick lunge first though. Step back into a drop lunge position and we'll scissor hips. So pull into center, helping keep that back hip in extension, avoiding that crash bang. We'll come back, stay here. And again, check in with those hips. Perhaps you're hiked. Could we find level? Perhaps we're tipped back. Could we scoop under, recruiting the glute? Keep those hips nice and level, and then just take that leg out towards the side. Let's go through that checklist again. We can hike a hip, and then to pull it back down towards level. We can tip our tailbone back, but then also scoop under, perhaps livening up that front quad or hip flexor place. Slow, bring that leg back to the front, and then can you get towards that demi point Lauren talked about, and maybe even finish with the toe point. Then drag the toe point towards underneath the hip, assembling your legs back together. Hamstring felt that. Same thing with the other leg out front. Again, square those hips that are chest and hips and head face forward, and we might hike, or John Travolta, and then pull back down. Perhaps one more little hip hike and pull down. Then tip your tailbone to the back or an anterior tip here, and then scoop under, recruiting the glute with a light cramp, opening up the hip in the front. Repeat one last time as we could tip the tailbone back, scoop it under for the last time, hold that tension, and then low effort here, wiggle the leg out to the side. Repeat the hip hikes. Hike a hip, pull down. One more time, imagining the hips between two panes of glass. There isn't a rotation as much as just up, down. Now, let's tip the tailbone towards the rear and then scoop it underneath, engaging the glute on that back leg. One last time, out to the side. Then scoop under, level the hips, wiggle that leg to the front, and then the demi point to point, slowly drag the leg underneath. And then here, Lauren will take us through her quick wrist warm-up.
Nice. So we're already on the floor, but let's put our wrists down by hinging our hips back. So with a nice long spine, push your hips back, and then your hands will have to connect to the floor via the fingertips first, the callus line, and then that palm. As you're putting the palms down, can we straighten those elbows and keep the shoulders pulled down out of our ears? Let's hang out here for a couple seconds. Look at your hands. Pinkies pushing into the floor, rings, middles, index, thumbs, shoulders packed, elbows rotated forward. Keep that rotation and slowly start pulling on the floor so that your shoulders start drifting over top of your fingers. Now use your fingers to press yourself back as you push back. Keep the tailbone nice and long. Repeat again. Pull on the floor. You should feel those lats start to engage as you pull yourself forward. And then press back, tailbone long. One last time here, elbows remain straight, shoulders pulled down. Pull on the floor, and then we'll push forward and flick the floor away just like we did with our toes. Shake that out. We'll do one more from here. We'll come down to those fists. So again, hinging on the hips, pushing the hips back, knuckle lines find the floor. Shoulders packed. I like to bring my knees in a little bit closer to my hands for this one as we roll over the back of the hand, opening it up so the palm will face towards the ceiling. Your shoulders should be pulled down and that elbow trying to get straight. Press into the floor to get back to those knuckles. This is a tough one, rolling over the hand. We should feel some light stretch and feelings up through that fuzzy side of the forearm there, and then press back up. One more time each side here. Trying to get the thumb and the pinky to connect with the floor, but also to keep the shoulder out of the ear. Last one on the second side here. Shoulder packed, reaching open, and then push to the floor back to that fist and press the floor away, extending the hips.
Awesome. From here, we'll get back to that lunge position and just coordinate the hips and shoulders in a gentle rotation we call the windmill. So take a leg to the front, gently wiggle it out towards the side. Anywhere between 11 and 9 o'clock on that clock face on the ground is appropriate. From here, take the hand of the leg to the side and place it across the chest. Next, the chin tuck, and then a rotation at the head neck to look towards the leg facing the side. Then can we recruit the rib cage to rotate to catch up to the position of the head neck. Reset the head neck to its original position forward, and then rotate through the torso next. Repeat twice more. It's the chin tuck and the rotation at the head. And when it can't go further in a safe way, add the rotation through the rib cage to catch up. Then head neck rotate to center and let the rib cage follow. Last effort here. Chin tuck, crown high, add the rotation at the head neck. Then rotate through the rib cage to face the lateral leg, and then reset the head to center and let the body follow after. Let's take that leg from the side to the front, heel toeing as we go, and then try to get towards that tippy toe point, a little challenging for balance, and then keep this back hip extended as you bring the leg through. Switch, speed helps, as why I went quick on that one there. Out to the side, stay level, check in. Lateral leg, same hand combination across the chest or belly. Then add the rotation at the head neck, follow that with the rotation of the torso. Reset the head neck to where it started at the center front, and then let the rib cage follow next. 2 more times as we head neck, chin tuck, rotate, and then the rib cage. I think fastening that seatbelt, look to center, and then unbuckle that seatbelt back to center with the ribs. Last one, chin tuck, rotate to the lateral leg, fasten that seatbelt of the opposite shoulder to opposite hip, head neck center, rotation through the torso, easy as you go, to the front, towards the toe, try to pull under by extending the back hip, and through. As we transition to standing, Lauren will cue her favorite parts of that down dog.
So from here, let's gently tilt the tailbone slightly to the ceiling, hinging our hips back as our hands reconnect with the floor. With that nice long spine here, we'll pull the floor together and slowly start lifting the knees. Keeping the tailbone long, start lifting your hips up towards the ceiling, towards that down dog A-frame shape. Prioritize the long spine as you gently try to straighten the knees, pushing the heels towards the floor. Try not to let that low back round. Take a breath here. Then let's rebend the knees, coming back down to that hover position. Tilt the tail to the ceiling again, that nice long spine. And then one more time, hips lift up to the sky. Tailbone stays nice and long, and gently pressing the heels towards the floor, breathing. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet. You can add that light knee bend as needed, and then hinge yourself to tall. And shake.
Nice. One more silly walk here as we get in towards squatting and our movement clocks, and we're gonna horse around here in our horse walk. So give yourself a little bit of room. If you run out of space, maybe do a quarter turn and keep going, or just back up and we'll find it the next time. So it starts in something similar to your sumo squat, so just a little bit wider than those hips. Pull into center that we descend in the squat, and then just back up to tall. For the next drill, avoid coming back up. So for this time, we'll pull ourselves down. Now the ceiling stays this high or low. From here, transfer weight to one side. Then pull, and the same effort to the other side. Repeat, and then let's assemble the legs together. Now this time with that leg, point towards the front corner and pull. And this is where we might start to move. From here, we have one leg bent, one leg straight, and then pull towards the plie shape. Stay low, point to the side, pull, extend through that back hip, pushing forward. Then to the plie shape. Then to the point at the side and pull, and then push. I think my ceiling's still staying low. Lauren always calls me out for growing because I know it's hard here. Let's pull through. Hello. For one last time. And maybe one more time. I got to get away from Lauren here. So out to the side there. Yeah, horse in, through. Pull in and extend back to tall now. And that little shake. That sets us up nice for the movement clocks coming up here. We have a balance aid. We have a chair and a bar on a wall. Grab your balance aid as we'll continue to work on those hips with our hip bars and some quick shoulder warm-ups.
Excellent. Let me get my balance aid out here.
Get it out there.
Get the yellow chair.
So I've been biking a lot lately, and rural bike rides let us see different animals. And Lauren likes practicing her animal sounds.
I do.
I like my cow sounds.
I'll save them for next time.
Own the cow.
One horse a day. Okay, we have our balance aid at our side so that this drill is not about balance. We'll do that later. We're standing tall on that inside leg. Let the way take that outside leg to the front with a pointed foot and a nice straight knee. From here, let's rotate the inseam up towards the ceiling or externally rotate that leg in the socket back to center. Add an internal rotation, but don't let that hip hike. Come back to that external rotation or inseam up. Let's keep the toe connected to the floor as we send the leg to the side. As you send the leg to the side, press those hips forward. We'll do the same thing here. We'll internally rotate or hide the inseam without hiking the hip. Then we'll externally rotate it. Inseam goes forward one more time. One more time to hide the inseam. And then continue touching the ground as you roll all the way around the back. We'll have to roll over those toes as we pull under, growing tall, tall, tall. Nice. Now, to the back. Use the floor as you, just like we did earlier, point and flick the floor away. Hips stay forward as that leg rotates open in the socket so the inseam comes forward, all the way around to the front. And then we can return that leg to a neutral position and pull underneath, again, growing tall. Whew, relax that, shake it out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, we're tall on that standing leg. What that means is we're nice and stacked and that glute is squeezed. We'll take the outside leg and point it to the front. Toe is connected. Externally rotate, inseam up. Back to center, internally rotate, hide that inseam. Hips stay level. One last time, inseam up, and we'll send the leg to the side, the hips pushing forward. In that side position there, let's roll the femur bone in or internally hiding that inseam, externally sending it forward again, and then one last time, internal rotation. Continue with that connection to the floor as you rotate all the way around to the back, roll over the foot, and grow tall underneath. Now, once to the back, reaching long point and flick. Good. Open that leg in the socket as you draw that circle all the way around to the side. That inseam's now facing forward. Continue all the way to the front. Rotate to neutral and pull the leg under. Nice.
The balls and sockets of the body right down here, as well as up here in the shoulders. So let's start in a stance comfortable for you. Narrow is just fine. And have your hands at the sides of the body.
It's actually a hinge.
Cramp up those elbows with some stiffness and feel energized through the elbows and arms. With low intensity now for firsts, elevate or shrug the shoulders. And then from those armpits, pull back down. Shoot laser beams to the floor. And then with low energy, just a low effort shrug. And then pull back down, shooting energy into the ground. Now take those hands towards the front. Couple degrees out front is great, or chest height is A+. From here, being those armpit places, reach forward, protracting or rounding through the shoulders forward, and then with safe stiffened elbows, retract the shoulders. Repeat, drive forward underneath. Feel those armpits, lats, and other stuffs engage. Then retract. One more time, drive forward from that armpit on both sides, and then retract, and with low effort, return the hands to the floor. We'll go one more time on that leg bar, then we'll be turning to the shoulders for one more exercise as well.
Excellent. I'd like to perform this leg bar in a bent leg position, but we'll just be exploring the positions. Again, with your balance aid at your side, tall in the inside leg, quads stay parallel, flick the floor away and bend a single leg. Right now, standing up tall, you're trying to get your heel as close to your bum as you can. Hold it for 3, 2, now keep that deep knee bend and keep the tailbone tilted long as you pull the knee through into hip flexion. Hip flexion is that knee coming to the front, the ankle's still underneath me and my hips are level. Keeping that ankle underneath us, let's send the knee towards the side. As the knee goes to side, we feel that glute open up the leg and the hips square forward. From here, pull, engage those adductors as you pull back to center. We'll brush the leg to parallel, keep it bent, and for one lateral leg here, lift the leg out towards the side. As you're doing this, try to feel that glute, that cheek work versus the front of the hip. Pull the leg back to center, straighten out underneath. Shake it out. Other side.
My eyes were closed there as that was kind of intense there, Lauren.
It was intense.
Oh.
Keep your eyes open.
Okay.
Tall in the inside leg with the quads parallel again. Bend the knee, flick. Get that heel as close to the bum as you can. Keep those hips tucked under in the core brace for 3, 2, then flexing the hip, pulling the knee towards the front and keeping the ankle underneath. Holding for 3, 2. Now send that knee to the side, opening up, feeling that glute engage, hips pushing forward. Then the leg pulls back through water to center. Brush so those quads are parallel again. And then from that parallel position, abduct the leg out to the side, engaging that glute. For 3, keep that knee bent. 2, pull it back underneath. And then gently straighten the knee to extend.
Adduct, abduct, tons of jargon in an exercise practice for sure, but think in and away from the body. Here, though, at the shoulders, we're going to first think up and down. Low effort to elevate the shoulders in a shrug. Then let this up position win, but shore up the slack by trying to touch the floor. Nothing will move very much, but hopefully that tension is building on the triceps as your arms pull into the rib cage and maybe you feel your armpit lats. Low effort to reset. Now drive those fingertips towards the ground. That's depression of the shoulder blades. Let that down direction win, and then try shrugging. This is a tough one. Again, those upper traps are the gas pedal trying to lift up, but they're heavily weighted through those armpit brake muscles down below. Low effort to relax and reset. One time again with the arms out front, and this time it's protraction and retraction or forward and back. So with the hands out front, armpits scoop forward. Let that forward shape win and try to pull the shoulder blades together. With a lot of effort, but no joint movement, that can be called an isometric. Find ways to make that safely tough. Relax your tension. Return the shoulder blades to that packed position and let this direction of the rhomboids or shoulder blades win in the back, but try to reach forward, highlighting the tension and the stress on that armpit. Couple extra seconds, lower the resistance, lower the arms, and just add that little wiggle. Checking the shoulder blades. We need them to be nice and stable as we'll get into some push-ups here in a moment. Shake it out, check in between, or maybe just repeat those shrugs. Keep it going, and maybe that's a cool dance move Lauren can throw in her repertoire as well. It's movement clock time. For that, we'll hand it to Lauren, and as I said there, push-ups with me next.
Excellent. Our first movement clock today. Let's continue as we've been doing today, where we pull that foot to peel the heel off the floor. Again, the knee and the ankle are pointing ahead and our shoulders and chest are square forward. Use the toes to flick. Point the leg, hold it for a second, and then a toe ball heel accepts the floor. Let's keep that back heel heavy for now, pushing the hips forward, and then push into the floor to send yourself back. Same leg. Feel that tension on the hamstring as you pull your leg up. Then open it to 45 degrees or the 10 and 2. Point it. Toe ball heel soft land. Again, back foot's heavy. Push forward to come back. Peel the foot up off the floor. Send the knee to the side. Point it long. Toe ball heel soft land. Push into the wall to come back. Nice. Pull up off the floor. This is my favorite. Send the knee to the side first, and then allow a rotation on that femur to get to the new corner. Point the leg long. Toe ball heel soft land.
Add the pause.
Press. I paused.
I didn't.
Oh. And then knee bends, flicking the floor. Reaching it behind us. Toe ball heel. Sitting back. Keep those hips level. Stack shoulders. And then press through to tall. Repeating on the other side. Feel that tension as you pull the heel up and flick to point. Point and hold. 3, 2, soft land. Heel stays heavy, square forward. Push back. Peel that foot up off the floor. Point it to 10 or 2. Hold. And then soft land. Trying to get the knee towards over that front toe. Peel that foot up. Send the leg to the side. Trying to keep the knee height the same as the leg straightens. And then soft landing. Pressing to center. 2 more. Foot comes up off the floor. Knee goes to the side. We rotate on that standing leg femur. Point the leg, hold. Then toe ball heel land. Press to center. And last one. Bending the knee, flicking the floor. Reaching it behind us. Toe ball heel, staying stacked. And then pressing, flick, and under. Nice.
Nice. Let's get into our push-ups position today through the lunge to that windmill, and then we'll make it up from there. So I'll take a leg of choice out the back. We'll pull into center as we descend in that lunge with control. Then from here, open that leg to the side. Next, we could hinge on the hip and place 2 hands on the floor. From here, take that leg that's out the side towards an all fours position, and then set up in your full or your modified push-ups position. For this first time through, let's just hold the high position of the push-up with full body tension. That includes butt cheeks squeezing, core bracing, and those hands pulling to the knees. Feel tension, and then just easy to reset. Keep the tailbone long in this place. Then let's do that again. Set up that full body tension, pull the shoulder blades together, and slowly lower yourself towards the floor. And then press. Let's do that twice more. Pull yourself down, resisting the gravity, and core brace as we press up. Final repetition is to pull down with our core fully engaged, and then press up to tall. And then let's push back to the kneeling position here. And then let's get up out of our lunge again. Leg forward, the front leg goes forward, the back leg goes back, and we drive to a tall standing position. I have my left leg out front for that one, so this next time it's the right. Try to keep track.
Keep track. All right, let's go back to our movement clock. This time we're going to reverse it. That means that the leg that stays in its place is going to bend, and the other leg is going to stay nice and straight. Don't worry, I'll tell you what to do. Knee goes over the toe as the other leg reaches long out the front. Right here, stacked over top. Everything connects underneath and grows tall. Same side, knee towards over the toe, but now we're reaching the long leg to 10 or 2. Again, pull under to tall. Knee towards over toe. We're reaching to 9 or 3. Grow to tall. Knee towards over toe. We're reaching to that 4 or 8. And then up. And last one, knee towards over the toe. Reach straight out the back. We might get a slight lean forward as we do that, just so we don't fall over. That's allowed. Same thing on the other side. knee towards over toe. And then everything pulls in, hips extend. And stationary knee towards over toe, 10 or 2. Pull to tall. Knee over toe, reach it long out the side, 9 or 3. And then under. And last 2, reaching out the back like you're speed skating, 8 or 4. And up to tall. And last one, knee over toe as you reach that leg out the back, tap, and then grow up. Grow up.
Grow up? But we want to get down. So we'll do push-ups again from the floor. I think I said I have my left out front, so this time I'll have my right. Pull on the floor, squeeze your back butt cheek, and make sure your pants are as flexible as you are. Down to that lunge.
You need some spandex.
I know. Then out to the side. Then from here, we'll just hinge on the hips, pressing them back. Hands to the floor. Assemble your all fours position. And either just stay here and work on your wrists, or join us for another set of push-ups. Assemble in that push-ups position of your choice. From the knees is just great too. Let's pull ourselves down as your bum squeezed, and then press back up. Again, pull down, and press back up. 2 more. And full body tension to press. And last time, with that core brace. Place those knees down, push the floor forward, flicking wrists. I think I have my right leg out front. So now right leg front in a lunge position. Push the front leg forward, the back leg to the back, rise in the middle, and assemble together. And shake it. Anything else, Lauren? She's going to say weight transfers, I hope.
Yeah, weight transfers,
good.
For sure. For sure.
Good.
All right. I really like, do we have time for 2 weight transfers or just 1?
I think so.
2 weight transfers. Let's start with our lateral weight transfer and then do our forward backwards one, which is tricky. From that slightly wider than hip position, feet slightly turned out. First, let's tuck under slightly, start pulling the floor together, and pull ourselves down to a bit of a quarter squat. Don't get too low. Now push one leg to straight, sending the knee towards over the toe, the hips forward. As we're over here, let's stay connected to the floor, but point that foot, your big toes still touching. Pointed toe, nice straight knee, hold, feel the glute. Now place the foot down and start pulling on that leg. It'll start to bend, and then push across. Get to that pointed foot again, hold, feel that energy, feel the glute, pull yourself across. Press away. This time, if desired, straighten that leg and now add a little bit of a lift off. Again, when we lift, we're staying long in the rib cage, hips, and lifting from the glute. Toe ball heel, pull across, press over, hips forward. Nice leg point. Then feel that glute as you lift the leg. Toe ball heel across. Stay doing the same thing or join us as we add on. The leg lifts. This time the bent knee is going to straighten. Keep square forward. Knee towards over toe. Toe ball heel. Pull yourself across. As you do this on the other side, try to stay stacked as you grow up versus being a little teapot. Knee goes back over the toe. Toe ball heel one more time each side. Pull and push. Transfer the weight fully. Straighten to grow. Find a light rise. Hold, 3, 2, slowly connect. Knee goes back over the toe first. Toe ball heel, pull across. Last time on this other side. Press over. Then extend the knee. Stay there or add on by growing up. Holding for 3, 2, soft landing. Knee goes back over the toe. Toe ball heel to center, then drive down and press up.
Oh. That was a teapot. There's tea spilled all in that back corner. That's okay. Just think about what was challenging and how to refine it if we do that again.
Let's get out the mop.
1 more push-up set here. What's your number? I think we went 3, 4, and now this could be a 5. Let's get down anyhow you want. I'll utilize that hinge.
Oh.
Utilizing the hinge, stretching the hands, fingertips, callus lines, full hands on the ground. Get in your comfortable position of choice. Elevate those knees if you wish. And let's go 5 push-ups. Down and up. down, up. Slow the down, power up. Slow the down, power up. And the last repetition here, full tension to up. No rules here either. Take your time walking back towards your hinge or your fold. Extend the hips to tall. Little shake, little wiggle. And one more time on that front back weight transfer.
One more time. This one's fun. Standing with your feet underneath you, I would recommend you try to turn those feet out slightly to your V. You can do this in parallel though. Take one leg, point it to the side. Then draw a quarter circle so that leg comes in front, not too far in front. Toe ball, heel land. Have a little look-see down. Your heels should be in about the same line. Now, let's first push off of the back foot so our weight transitions to that front foot and find a nice flat foot balance, maybe even taking that back foot up off the floor. Toe ball, heel, put that back foot back down, push off the front foot and find a transfer and a balance on the back leg for 3, 2, toe ball, heel, land. From here, let's push into the floor and find a rise. Hold this rise position. We're going to transfer weight. If you found it challenging enough on your flat feet, return to your flat feet now. Or push off your back foot and find a balance on that front tippy toe. Holding for 3, 2, then back demi point or toe ball comes down to the floor. Push off the front foot and find a balance on your back leg.
That's the hard one.
For 3, 2, toe ball comes down on the front foot and then slowly descend, knees stay straight, heels come down. Push off the front foot to transfer weight to the back leg and pull that front leg underneath. We'll do the same routine on the other side. Leg reaches long at the side, draws that quarter circle to the front, toe ball, heel. Have a look, making sure your heels are in line. Let's push off of our back foot, transferring weight to that front foot, flat right now. Just holding and trying to keep those hips square forward. Toe ball, heel, back foot comes down, push off your front foot to find that back leg balance. Holding for 3, 2, front foot lands. We're between two places here. We could go forward or back, but we're actually gonna go up. So find this rise. Maybe you stay. If you'd like to add on, push off your back foot, finding that front foot balance. Holding for 4, 3, 2, then toe ball the back foot down, pushing off the front foot, find that back leg balance for 3, 2, then toe ball the front foot, keep those knees straight as the heels slowly descend. Point the front foot, bring it underneath.
Awesome. That concludes today being Friday's practice of restore and recharge. On Thursdays, we practice with the bar, more ballet technique. And in this practice, we challenge ourselves with the bars on the side and channel those elements of ballet as well. Thank you very much for joining. To our members, stay tuned to that link letter for all of next week's links. And to those who aren't, please become a member, barsandbells.com/membership. We look forward to training with you and you
And you.
and you soon. So I'm Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And together we train with our bars and our bells. We look forward to doing it with you. Have a great weekend. Take care. Stay strong. See you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.